The winning 17-year-old has been the favorite for months and she could earn that figure in the next year alone. Louisa Johnson was always going to be offered a major recording deal regardless of the X Factor result. The winning 17-year-old has been the favorite for months and record bosses spotted her raw talent and rare vocal power from the start. Louisa, whose winner's single of Bob Dylan's Forever Young is being rush-released, is predicted to enjoy levels of popularity similar to 2006 winner Leona Lewis and earn at least £6 million in the next year alone. Signalling the huge hopes of success for the Essex girl, Simon said, "I know I'm prone to exaggeration. In all the years I've done this show I've never, ever heard anything like that. You're not human." Grimmy called it a smack in the face and said she was already acting like an artist. And whatever the result, Reggie and Bolly had also been lined up with a deal to release a single. Hours before the result was announced, a source revealed, either way both acts would have released at least one song. There is a lot of interest in both Louisa and the boys. They will both work with labels within the Sony family. And whatever the result, Reggie and Bolly had also been lined up with a deal to release a single. Hours before the result was announced, a source revealed, either way both acts would have released at least one song. There is a lot of interest in both Louisa and the boys. They will both work with labels within the Sony family. This year's X Factor has been a ratings flop, with show aides desperate to point out a growing number of viewers are watching on catch-up rather than live. The first part of the final, screened on Saturday, limped in with 5.9 million viewers, a drop of more than 2 million on last year's show, which drew 8.1 million. This is a far cry from the glory days of 2010, when a staggering peak audience of 17.7 million tuned in to see Matt Cardle crowned champion. The pain of the plummeting figures was compounded for show boss Simon Cowell by BBC One's Strictly Come Dancing semi-final drawing 9.4 million. In its earlier slot from 6:50 p.m. Bookies William Hill installed Louisa as the joint favourite to win after the first show aired back in August, giving her odds of 5-1. She went into the show as the dead-certain triumph with odds of 1-7 compared with 1-4 for Reggie and Bolly. After Saturday's show there was controversy following a technical hitch in which the wrong audio was played over the video of third-placed finalist Chet Chesterman. As host Caroline Flack struggled to rectify the mistake, show boss Simon Cowell raised his hands in the air to inquire what was going on. The embarrassing production hitch is just one of many mistakes which have plagued this series. The worst came when Ollie Murs revealed Monica Michael was to leave the competition several minutes too early. Viewers also blasted the duets between former winners Leona Lewis and Ben Hano, with one declaring, "There have been many versions of Snow Patrol's run but the one Leona Lewis and Ben Hano just did has to be the worst." Last year Cowell said that the singing talent show needed to be given a huge revamp after ratings took a nosedive. But the changes, which have included axing judge Lewis Walsh and host Dermot O'Leary, have not proved popular with the audience. Another change included judges' houses being filmed live for the first time. Afterwards Cowell admitted, "I was on stage with my contestants. I couldn't hear a word of what was going on. It was chaos. There was one bloody lesson learned. It will never be that bad again." Ollie and Caroline have drawn criticism for failing to recapture the easy banter they previously enjoyed on ITV2's spin-off show Extra Factor. While Cowell has so far stood by them publicly, it is not yet known if they will be invited back next year, with rumours circulating that Big Brothers Emma Willis and Rylan Clark could be tapped up as replacements. Defending his Monica slip-up, Ollie said, "It was a silly mistake that I made, but that's part of live TV. I'm a human being. That's what happens. You just have to suck it up. I do struggle." Asked on TV last week if she would like to come back next year, Caroline said, "Oh, absolutely. We don't know yet. I just want to finish this series on a high. That's the aim at the minute. Next year is the show's last on the current contract with ITV, and the channel has recently poached The Voice from the BBC, to run from 2017. Despite this, Cowell claims that he is not worried about the X Factor's future. He added, "We still pull in millions of viewers. We still get talked about every day. ITV loves it. The advertisers still love it. One option to join the judging panel next year is One Direction, Louisa Johnonson, who proved popular after appearing in a guest role. Now the band has announced they're taking a break. The 23-year-old is very much in contention.